Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're going to be looking at my latest mug. It's a Kiss mug. I've seen them live. I quite like Kiss. No, actually we're going to be talking about how to freehand Dark Angel icons. Before we go any further, big shout out to my friend Andy who supplied me with new intro and outro music. He's a musician. He's very talented. I'll throw some links up to his stuff in the comments, so be sure to check those out. Right, okay, so we're going to be painting some freehand icons. We're going to be using white scar. You can use any paint you want. I just like white scar. It's not as thick as ceramite white, but anything will work. So we're going to give that a little shake. We're going to open up the pot. Now, I don't like using transfers or decals. I've always freehanded my stuff. I think the exception is my Imperial Knights, where it's just too much detail to actually freehand. But in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to paint a freehand Dark Angel symbol. So I'm just watering my paint down a touch so it's not so thick, and we want a nice fine pointed brush because we're going to actually outline the shape first. And the first shape we're going to do is a semicircle. So you'll see here, I'm just going to add a few points just to mark out the area. I roughly know the shape I want to fill. I want to kind of fill as much of the pad as possible. So you can see I'm just adding a couple of little dots here and there. It's God, I am a really slow painter. Come on, get a move on. Right, so we're going to join the top two dots with a straight line. I'm wondering now if I should have sped this up. And now we're going to do this part where we're going to do a curve. Because I've watered the paint down, you can see it flows off the brush much easier. Don't worry about it being too thick, the lines, because we're going to be filling in this detail anyway, so we're only really interested in a nice smooth outer line. There you go. Right, now we're going to fill in the detail, so we're just going to fill in the entire piece. It doesn't quite look like a Dark Angel symbol just yet, but bear with us. This Scout Squad is from my Space Marine Megaforce, which I've been painting since what feels like 2010, so it's nearly finished, so I'm quite pleased. Right, we're going to give it a second coat just to make sure it's nice and smooth. Always thin your paints because we want nice smooth coats. It's better to do 2 or 3 coats rather than one thick lumpy coat. There we go, it's got a nice bright white semicircle. Okay, excellent. Okay, next we're going to get out our base colour, which needs to match the colour of the armour. So my base colour for my armour is Caliban green, and I'm going to paint a line straight down the middle, a vertical line. Just paint a thin line to start with, and then make it thicker, like the width of it. Bearing in mind you need to leave space to paint a sword through the middle of this, so make sure the green line you paint is thick enough. Nice and steady. A nice way of keeping your hands steady is to brace your wrists onto your work surface and then actually move your fingers as opposed to moving your hands. So you'll see one hand is holding the model perfectly still. Right, at the top of the line we've just drawn, we're actually going to do 2 quarter circles. As you can see here, I'm just filling those in as well. That gives us the shape of the wings. Now we're going to paint in between the feathers. So these are little rectangles. And just start by painting a thin line and then thicken the line, and that will give you your rectangle shape. I really should have fast forwarded this. I hope you're still with me. I hope you're still watching this, and I hope it proves useful and interesting to people. Definitely share your work and results with me on the Paint Your Game support group Facebook page. I'll put links in the description. You can see our logo in the top right corner of this video. It's a great little community where we all share our work, G each other up, push each other along in our projects. It's good. It's a nice friendly atmosphere. So as you can see, just painting in those rectangles has created the shape of the wing. So we're going to repeat the same for the other wing. Now you can see here I've actually watered down some Caliban green and put it on my palette just to make it a little easier. I don't know why I painted it straight out the pot on the first one, but doesn't matter, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, cool, so there's our wings. Looking sharp. So back to White Scar, and I'm going to water some down on my palette. And now I'm just going to touch up some of the edges, just make so they're sharper. This technique can be used for any kind of symbol, really. If you think of the Ultramarines inverted upside down Omega symbol, it's U. It is basically a circle, a horizontal line going across the top of it with a smaller circle and then a vertical line. It's that simple. You've just got to look at these things and break them down into geometric shapes. Now I'm just going to paint the hilt of the sword. This will act as a good marker to where I need to put the handle and the blade of the sword. So this is just a small white rectangle. Now I think I'll do the handle. So you can see a nice pointy brush with some watered down paint will make your life so much easier. It's definitely what you want. Okay, just touch up the hilt and the handle. Now I think I'm just painting the pommel at the end of the sword handle. This will take practice. You might not get great results first time, but it's worth persevering with. It's a good skill to have. Now we're just painting the blade, so that's straight down the middle of that green line you painted, leaving green showing on the edges, and right down to the bottom into a point. And that's pretty much our icon. At the end of this video I've got some pictures, some close-ups of my scout squad I finished, plus a fun little atmospheric shot. And as a bonus picture, if you persevere all the way to the end of the video, you can see my Dark Angel army so far. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the support and everyone subscribing. Please subscribe and like this video. Thank you. Bye bye.